time now.
It's slower, but it's safer. And throughout the day, Alice, you're usually first watch. Give me a perception check.
Ooh,
29.
29.
Holy shit.
damn.
Imagine I got that fucking 30 crit.
Damn.
So I assume that you're like up on a roof somewhere. You flew up on your feather,
Yeah.
and you're looking out over the town. With a perception check, you see that even though it's early morning, people should be awake by now, and walking around or at least doing their daily chores, but you don't see any movement throughout the town. With the 29, you also see that the personal farms don't have any like plants in them, and the corrals where animals would be don't contain any animals.
That's not healthy.
Yep, I knew it.
But nothing comes up to you during the day. There's no movement. Are you gonna go to sleep?
What happens if I take a point of exhaustion?
You get a disadvantage on your skill checks, I think. Let me look at the first level of exhaustion.
Oh, did I say... Okay. Did I clarify I'm staying awake the whole time?
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Okay, you didn't clarify that, but yeah, you can stay awake during this whole time.
Because I'm just waiting for the ship, and I'm willing to take that point.
Okay.
Because I know I'm relatively safe.
First exhaustion's not
It's
too
not
bad,
horrible.
but second C6 is damn.
I mean, I figured that's why I want to make sure that like I want to calculate the risk versus reward for me.
Holder thinks it's completely safe. That's why he's just staying awake.
You have for the first level of exhaustion, you have disadvantage on ability checks.
Does that include skill saving throws?
Not saving throws, just skills.
Okay.
I'm not going to take it, but realistically, it's because I was thinking about like maybe doing some investigation, but
Can she?
Can I take a short rest and negate a point of exhaustion?
A long
No.
rest negates it.
Yeah,
A
long
long
rest.
rest.
Oh.
How about
So
this?
you're not gonna have this disadvantage until the end of this day, and then if Heather does show up on time, you're gonna get it back from the travel on the ship.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask. Like, when does the exhaustion kick in? Is what I was gonna ask.
So the end of the next day, and then every point after that until you take a long rest.
Okay, that's fine. So, okay, I'll take it. I am going to wild shape.
Okay.
Into a fly.
Okay.
Here you go.
And I'm gonna go inspect some building. Or actually, first, I'm gonna wake up whoever's next and watch, and then I'm gonna explain what I'm doing to them.
That's
Okay.
me.
Kara, are you
Yep.
sleeping or are you taking the point?
I'll take the point.
Okay. So Alice, you go over to Kara.
Who is actually sleeping?
I
Chase?
don't
Let's-
think anyone is. Oh, Chase.
Chase is. You guys told him that
Kane,
that was the plan. So
Kane, are you sleeping or no?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna tell Kara and Hoder something's wrong with this town.
What do you mean?
It's not.
Where there should be animals, like in their pens, there isn't a single animal. Where there's should be farms, there's not a single crop. There are no people walking around, and like I guess it's early in the morning, but like some
mean-
people are morning people.
Yeah.
There's no one.
Are you suspicious that something might have occurred here while the Katsuki were around?
Okay.
I
I'm
don't
gonna.
know.
You have to roll this for me. I'm gonna just try to sit, and I'll just be like shh, and I'll just try to sit and pay attention and listen to any sounds out here from a normal town. Like, is it just suspiciously quiet? That's
Okay.
what I'm trying to pay attention to.
You got a 20.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very quiet. You can hear the water from the river rushing and passing over rocks, but you don't hear the familiar sound of like chickens or like goats bleating. You don't hear like a blacksmith hammering at anything or like the woodworkers working on ships. Like nothing's around. It sounds silent in this town.
I'm actually really curious too. Alice, yeah.
I'm gonna use my on command detect magic, just like right now.
Okay. Where is that?
I think it's called Eldritch Sight if you're looking for it.
I am.
It's in the features and traits, bottom right.
There it is.
It's one of them.
He found it.
Mhm.
And detect magic. Does anyone have detect magic in their spells?
I do,
No.
but
Can you just throw it in there for me?
yeah, let me find it. Oh wait, maybe I don't.
I know.
I
I
did.
know.
My dog. Oh wait, I do.
Yeah, I know. Okay. You can see indicating that it's magical. It must be within 30 feet. You also learn
Yeah, that's like the-
magic if it has one.
That's like the basic of basics for magic.
Okay. So you cast Alice comes to you and tells you this, and then you just sit down and focus for 10 minutes. And
Okay.
oh no, sorry. It's a ritual. So
Yeah.
yeah, 10
Well,
minutes.
Well, I can just.
Oh, you can
do
just do it. So it
Yeah.
costs one action. So you use your detect magic, and within 30 feet of you can if something's magical, an aura will show up around it.
Yeah, and it tells me what type of magic it is.
Correct. So a bunch of auras show up around you, Hoder.
Oh. Okay.
Ooh.
There's a bow that's on a. It's almost as if every single party member that's around you, just glows instantly.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Well,
no.
I'm used to that.
There's lots of schools of magic around you. Is there anything? But there's nothing like in the water or on this harbor or around you other than your party members and yourself that has magic.
I just love the fact that he set that up. He made it sound like we were in danger, and then it's just like, oh, it's because
Like I thought you were about to say, oh, there's so many, there's so many auras around you, and they're all illusion magic, and I was like, I'm gonna start punching the walls. Yeah. Okay. Like, besides you blinding folks, there's nothing around here magically. All right, Alice, go check it out.
This is the ability of my Stan Golden Experience Requiem.
Okay, so I turn into a fly,
Okay.
Gross.
and I'm gonna go investigate.
Okay.
As a fly.
So before your eyes, you see Alice just almost disappear, as if she just pops out of existence. Kane, you're sleeping.
Yeah.
And but then you hear a faint buzzing, and you know that she turned into a fly, and then she zooms off as flies do.
Gross.
How much intelligence does a fly have?
I literally could not tell you.
And you do retain your intelligence as
But
as
let's.
whatever
I want to know what they do. Hold on.
Do you seriously think there's like a monster manual character sheet for like a fly?
I'm gonna
Yes.
find one.
Maybe
I want to
not.
know.
I
there-
think maybe more of flies.
no, there absolutely is. There absolutely is a.
Their intellect is 1. Their strength is 1. Their charisma is 2.
Whoa.
Oh!
Their wisdom and constitution are both 8, but their dexterity is 14.
That's
Ooh.
crazy.
Flies are wise.
Flies have more AC than Kane.
Oh my god, wait, this is so cool. Okay, if I bite anyone during their next
They
short
die.
rest, they must succeed on a DC 10 Constitution saving throw against disease or contract filth fever.
Oh my god.
That's what Hoder has all the time.
Filth fever, They become poisoned until the disease is cured. While thus poisoned, the victim cannot regain hit points except by magical means, and the target's hit point maximum decreases by 1d6 every 24 hours. If the target's hit point maximum drops to 0 as a result of this disease, the target dies.
Okay, so flies kill you.
So bite Hoder.
No!
Wait, first of all, do they get to save to get undiseased, or does it have to be magic that cures them, like cure disease?
They cannot regain hit points except by magical means.
Does that
So
mean technically a fly kills
they are
fast?
poisoned until the disease is cured. So however you cure disease.
Oh my god.
No, because they have legendary resistance.
I wish I
Also,
had
it's
a
DC
popcorn
10,
maker.
so I mean, as long as they roll 10 or higher, they succeed.
I'm pretty sure Trask has like 30 con.
This is just a mock roll in case I ever get that. I fail.
You just got filth fever.
Yeah, I Kai would have gotten filth fever.
All right, folks, 4. I'm really curious.
Yeah, me too. Okay.
Okay. So since you're just going around this place,
I'm gonna inspect the plant crop area first.
Okay. So you fly over to the crop area, and you, through your many eyes, you see that there are no plants here. It looks torn up. As a druid, you know that a farm is more sustained if you leave a few plants and just pick and don't desolate the land, so that it'll grow back. This looks as
Is
if
the dirt dry?
it looks pulled up in places where the plants were, and it doesn't look fresh. It looks recent, but not like today.
Oh, I'm just letting you know. I want to stop at 5.
That's fine.
Yeah.
5.
Okay. I'm gonna go inspect where the animals were.
Okay. You go to the animals. You see that there are no animals. It doesn't look like the gates have been broken, or like destroyed. But there are no animals there. There are animal droppings, however. They look a bit old. There's no like fresh droppings.
Can I do an investigation check to figure out how old?
Sure.
Okay. I'm not gonna guidance because I'm a fly.
Flies can have
Four.
guidance.
Well, no,
You-
because I have to be able to cast it. It's a cantrip.
No,
You're not quite sure exactly how old they are, but at least a couple days.
Can I investigate like where animal tracks might be going? Like if there are tracks, and if there are, where are they going?
Sure, that's survival.
Alice, you are now overcome with an irresistible urge to eat shit.
No.
You
20.
You fly over to where like there might have been livestock, and although you can't tell how old the droppings are, you do see tracks leading out of where the gate is, and leading off towards a northern direction.
In the northern direction, is it like a field? Is there more town over there? Like what's happening in
There's-
the northern direction?
Okay, let me draw you a crude map.
Thank you.
I'm curious to see. I'm kind of curious to know if NB has any old maps from our other encounters.
I have all the maps.
You have
Okay.
every single one.
Mhm. So this is the river, right? It runs. The river runs north to south. In a corner. Give me to the page. It runs northwest to southeast. Goddamn full screen. Okay. So this is the river, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the dock. And there's like a big building here where they build ships. And there's a tavern over here. There's a few cottages over here that continue on. This is the corral right here that you investigated, and the farm.
Are we outside the map in terms of the where we're waiting for Heather?
No, you're waiting for Heather over here.
Oh, okay, that's where it is. Okay.
There, that's where animals would be. There's more cottages. It's just outside of the map.
Okay.
The tracks, the gates right here. So they lead this way and then to the north. So it looks like they're going that way.
Okay. So the farms that I've been exploring, were they like by the cottages and stuff, like outside of them?
Yeah, the farms are by the cottages. Yeah, they're like personal farms. It's not like a giant field of like bushes and like corn and carrots. This is a small town.
Okay. So I am going to explore some cottages next.
Okay. So you go into just the closest cottage?
I'm gonna go into the one that owns this little corral.
Okay, it seems that it's more communal. Like everyone, like this is where they go. But the one
go to
closest to
left.
it, that's fine. You go into the closest cottage. I just don't want to mislead you. So you go into the closest cottage. It's unlocked. Do you just walk in?
I fly in as a fly.
Oh, I'm sorry. You go
I'm
into
gonna go through the
you
key-
go
I'm gonna go through the
go through
keyholes.
the keyhole, and you fly around the cottage. You see that as a fly, you smell a hint of decay as you fly into the keyhole. Do you want to follow it?
Yes, but I'm gonna do a quick perception check for movement.
Okay.
I didn't mean to guidance. That was just out of instinct.
Mhm.
Ignore that. Okay, 21.
As you look around, as your fly self, you don't see any movement within this cottage.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, you follow the smell of rot, and it leads you into the kitchen. It's messy in here. There are plates and mugs and cups, and it seems like no one bothered to close any of the cupboards. There is like stale food and just rotting food in this kitchen that no one seems to have cleaned up.
Does it look like people, like these people were ransacked, or like they left in a hurry?
Give me an intelligence check.
Oh,
This was definitely ransacked.
Okay.
Jesus.
Might have been lived in for a little while.
Okay.
Ah, shit.
Is there anything about the house that like stands out to me otherwise? Like when I inspect the other rooms, like I can make a roll for that, but it
looks as if even though there's like rotting food in the kitchen, it looks like as if
super robot. Hold on.
yeah, you're roboting too. Am I better now?
I don't know.
Hello, hello. What's going on?
Oh, shit.
Up.
Alright, really bad.
Okay.
Is that better? Uh-oh.
Squad?
Now Ethan left.
Great.
Squad fam. Fam squad. Squam.
It's weird. I don't. Oh, you know why? It's because Will's not my friend. That's why I don't see Will in the thing.
Ah.
Hello.
Recipe, everything good on your side?
Okay.
Sorry, my
Let
dad's
us
just
be.
doing stuff in the background.
It's fine.
So, as you look around the rest of the house, it seems that the people that lived here, or that ransacked it, although they did ransack it, they didn't like defile anything. They just lived here for a while.
I'll be right back.
Okay, they just lived here for a while, and they slept in the bed. It didn't make the sheets or anything. It's not their home, and they didn't clean up after themselves because they didn't plan on staying very long. But they didn't like destroy everything and like defile this cottage.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the other cottage.
Okay. As you make your way to the other cottage, as your fly self, you enter through the keyhole again, and you don't smell that rotting smell in this house. What are you trying to investigate?
Do I sense movement?
Give me a perception check.
Sorry, what was happening?
8.
Okay.
You don't see anything moving within this cottage.
Okay. I know that was a fail, but I'm gonna go ahead anyway. I'm gonna do stealth though. Whatever I get, add 3 to, because flies have natural +4.
They're small.
Yeah.
What the heck?
So
Yeah.
11. Or 10,
10.
sorry.
Okay, so you buzz as quietly as you can your fly self into the house. Since you went to the kitchen first in the other cottage, you go there again for this cottage. It seems orderly. There's no dishes strewn about. Everything's clean. Everything's cleaned up and put away. Yeah.
Is the house warm?
As a fly, you fly over to where the hearth would be for cooking, and you try and like buzz by it, and there's no residual heat.
Okay. Huh. Do any of the like lamps / lanterns and stuff like have like any embers or anything?
You go to like the oil lamp. They only have one in this house. It sits on the kitchen table, and although it doesn't have any residual heat or sign that it's been lit recently, but the oil in the lamp is all gone.
Okay. I'm gonna go inspect the bedrooms.
Okay, you go to the bedroom, and it smells fresh and clean in here. There is a bed that is made up, and made. It looks clean in here, although barren.
Okay. Are there any other cottages in? I mean, there's obviously other cottages in town, but like,
Mhm. There's other cottages. What's your question?
I think I'm asking like, should I go in each and every one of them?
Well, that's up to you.
I'll go in one more.
Okay. So you leave this house and you go to the next cottage. It's across the farm. When you enter it, you
Sorry about that, guys.
It's okay. When you enter this cottage, you smell the smell of decay again. Do you want to look around for movement?
Yeah.
Give me a perception check.
13.
13. You don't see any
Use all of
movement
your eyes.
in this cottage.
Okay. I'm gonna see if this one was also ransacked.
Okay. You follow the scent of decay. This one is akin to the first one that you went in. There's dishes and all the cupboards are open, and there's no foodstuffs, and it just there's dirty dishes and just decay within the kitchen. When you move on to the bedroom, it seems that the straw that they lay on hasn't been changed in a while, and so it might be getting a little gangly. But the bed isn't made up. Nothing's broken in here, but it has been used and then just left to decay.
I'm gonna go investigate the tavern.
Okay. Give me an intelligence check.
Uh, 14.
Yeah, with that intelligence check, as you fly around, you think to yourself that the second cottage was the larger of the three, just so you know.
Okay.
Okay. And you head towards the tavern, and it's been a little while. So, Hoder, Kara, is there anything you're doing at the harbor?
I mean,
Wake.
sorry, what?
I'm trying to keep myself awake.
Okay.
I guess during my watch, I would just kind of like. Actually, there is something I want to do. I go up to Holder. I'm like, Holder,
Yeah.
you can do me a favor.
I can do a lot of favors.
Are you willing to send a message real fast?
I can send a lot of messages.
Can you? There's this guy. Is there any way I can describe Leviathan? Well.
You do your best to describe Leviathan, but I think you have to know the person, right?
Yeah. Even with sending, I've to at least know myself.
Yeah. So he describes like this person to you. How do you describe it?
How would you describe him? Actually, since I made him, do I technically get to choose?
It's up to you. I don't mind describing him if you want.
All right. He's man. He's a man. He's about the same age as me. Black hair. Black hair, some facial hair. Good build on him, but he's like relatively. He's also relatively thin. He's a same class as me. I don't think he uses magic. He dons somewhat same gear as me, like in terms of in terms of style. He is a. I think that's all, really.
Well, I know one guy who I know one guy like that. And his name's Kane. I sent a message to Kane.
No, don't.
Except you can cast spells, so it might be the wrong person.
Sorry, what?
Except this guy can cast spells, so it might be the wrong person.
Yeah, okay, you don't know him. Never mind then.
I don't know. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't send. If I don't know him, I can't send him a message.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. So, you guys are talking and doing your watch. Can both of you give me perception checks?
Both of us?
Yeah.
Can't.
Let Holder roll first.
Oh, okay.
Just so it doesn't.
What's your wisdom, Odo?
I think it's like a 12?
15.
15. That's a lot of wisdom.
Okay. Hoder, you don't see anything untoward as you're looking around while you're talking to Kara. Kara, you also notice that it's eerily quiet in this town. There should be people up by now. It's been a while, and there's no one in this town. You don't hear any goats or animal noises. You also notice that the farm has been ransacked and just everything's been taken from it. You do notice
raided town.
With a 21, you do notice in the very far distance along the river, you see just the very top of a sail.
Hey! I just called my dog over. Oops.
I pat Holder on the shoulder like, hey, Holder.
Yeah.
There they are. It's Helen.
I don't.
Sorry, Captain Scarlet.
I don't see them, but where?
They're right over there. I point. Just trust me. They're about to get here.
Yeah. Okay.
Tell everyone else to get ready, and
I'm gonna use sending to actually send Alice a message
yeah.
to just like come over and be like, hey, they're here. We need you to come over.
They're about to be here.
They're about to be.
May
Can I
wake
say
up?
like 10 minutes?
Yeah, you can fly.
How far is 10 minutes in terms of distance for both?
It's gonna take a. They're very far in the distance. The only reason you saw them is because you had a very good perception roll. You think it may be like an hour they'll be here.
Oh, okay. So
okay.
Yeah, no, I can't respond to 10 minutes, but like I'm just like, yeah, okay.
oh, well then. So what? Okay, with that information.
Which you don't know.
Yeah, well, I'm asking like, okay, can you say like they'll be here in an hour?
Yes, because
Yeah, that's fine. You guys know how long it's gonna take.
Give or take
Okay.
an hour.
Can I wake up?
Hodor wakes everyone up, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So Hoda,
yeah.
this Captain Scarlet lady,
Mm-hmm.
do you think she's out of my league?
Her name's Heather.
Oh. Yeah, I don't remember what Heather looks like. I think she was blonde. There's a lot of blonde ladies. I don't know. I probably died like twice, and when I last saw her, in between then and now, you know, every single time I die, or I almost die, I kind of forget a lot of stuff. I'm more focused on trying to live, and I just lose all my memory.
You know, an old, stinky wizard like myself, it's probably time for me to settle down.
Don't fuck the ship, Captain.
I don't want to fuck her. I'm just a lonely old wizard, and I don't want to go off the deep end, you know, Hoda. I need a woman to keep me in line, Hoda. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I don't. But
what? Right. You're not into women. That's right. It's a shame.
I walk up to Kane and I'm like, here, Kane, here's some water. You seem thirsty.
Yeah.
I splash the cup of water in Kara's face.
Ah!
I uncanny dodge it.
You reduce the water that you get on you by half.
Yeah.
Fucking rogue.
Anywho's it. Do you wanna like I don't know, screw around for an hour?
I am trying to stay awake.
I slap Hoda in the face.
That's the wrong voice. Okay, you just slapped me in the face?
Yes.
Oh,
wake up!
I'm awake! And I slapped you in the face in reaction.
I slap you in the face as a reaction.
Ah!
Hodor's legendary reaction as a dragonborn.
Yeah.
The slap. So you guys are busying yourself on the shore, slapping each other in the face to make sure you wake up.
It's just like a back and forth. It's just like, ah!
And Kara is drying his clothes. Alice, as you fly by, you see your idiot companions just kind of slapping each other on the Hodor on the dock as you head into the tavern.
Okay. Yep, I'm going in.
Okay. You enter the tavern. The door is open. It's open to the open air, so you don't have to go into the keyhole. As you walk in, though, there is a horrible stench. As you fly in, excuse me. There is a very horrible stench, and it takes you a moment to see what's around you. And you're not quite sure at first. There's lights shining from the windows, and it seems to be coming down in rays. There's what seems to be drapes that are draped along the center space that leads up to a large figure in the center. although you're not quite sure that they're drapes because they're not billowy and long. And the figure looks humanoid. In the middle of this tavern. It's a horrific sight. Once you get into it, and your brain comprehends what's going on, you can see that this person has been skinned, and their skin has been flayed out, almost as if there's wings behind them, and they're flying through the air. The body's been hoisted up into the center of the room, and it looks as if there's a horrific angel coming down to greet you. Its arms are wide open, as if to accept an embrace, and its legs are intertwined within themselves to cross at the ankles. It looks almost heavenly, but all the skin has been removed from the body, and it's been flayed out to portray wings behind it. And the light coming in from the windows is almost shining behind it, so it looks as if the rays are shining from behind this angel in the middle of the tavern.
I'm not gonna lie, that's cool as fuck. Okay.
Yeah,
anyway, this is gonna be weird doing a medicine check while I'm a fly, but can I figure out how old the body is?
Give me a medicine check.
12.
It's been hanging here for a while, but not so long that it's the rigor mortis and the bone, like the joints, are coming apart. If it was like longer than a couple weeks, like all of this would be on the floor. It's just like in a pile because all the joints would decompose and just break apart and just fall onto the ground. So it's been about a week that it's been up here.
Ugh.
Okay, can I do... I don't know exactly what kind of check this would have to be, but like... I'm trying to figure out the intent of this. Is this a warning or like almost like a monument? Like,
If you ask Kara, he might know.
well, no, like I want to do some investigation before I come back and like reveal all of this kind of thing, you know? So I want to like, when I'm looking at this, like, can I do like an intelligence check or something to figure out like what would the intent of like doing something like this would be?
Sure.
Okay, what do you want intelligence? Is that hello?
Yeah, sorry, yes, I said
Okay.
intelligence.
14.
14. There's no medical reason why someone would have to do this, but medically, since you got a pretty good medicine check, this was still done by a skilled hand. To be able to flay the skin off a body and leave the rest of it intact, and then also hung, and then also imaginatively portrayed in this way, takes a very skilled hand. It seems that they've been doing this for a long time, and had lots of practice at it. As for it being a warning,
versus like maybe like a not like a sacrifice, but like
Cultist
something, yeah, like kind of a cultist. Like,
so
this is a symbolic gesture.
It does seem very symbolic, but it's not religious. You don't see any candles or worshiping coffers or anything like that. It just seems, it doesn't even seem like a warning. It seems like this is a hobby that someone has. Although it is very symbolic because it looks like an angel with large wings spread out behind it. It looks almost like an art piece. A very morbid art
There's
piece.
like a very specific thing that I'm imagining, and I don't know how to describe it. Like, so I can't find a picture of it, but I kind of like what I'm imagining is like, okay, so like there's the person or whatever, but then their legs are like wrapped around each other, and then like the wings
Yeah, and the arms are almost like up and out, like behind, like in front of the wings, that as if they're gonna embrace you.
Okay.
They're not. The legs aren't like entwined. Like they didn't cut up the tendons in the legs to like make them like a spiral. They just like purposely made like the left foot go behind the right ankle, and then the toes almost touching.
Oh, okay, that's
what
what
I
I was
mean?
trying to figure out
Yeah.
because I was like imagining, like that snake that like wraps around the staff.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was
no,
kind of what I was
it doesn't look
imagining.
deformed. It just looks purposely placed like that.
Okay. Is the tavern multiple levels or no?
Yeah, it's a tall ceiling, but there's no. It's a tall ceiling here, and you see stairs to your left, where you assume a couple rooms would be.
Okay. Is there like a kitchen?
Yeah, there's a bar, and then a small, like door that you assume would lead to a small kitchen.
I'm gonna go to the kitchen first, and then I'll go to the rooms.
Okay. You pass by the angel within the tavern, and you head back to the back of the bar, which is on your left, under where the rooms would be. And you give me a perception check.
19.
Yeah, there's bottles in here. There's not like a bunch of debris and like broken bottles, like they ransacked this place and just like to try to destroy it. But all the bottles are, for the most part, empty. They've been drunk. And then you go to the back of the bar, and you enter into a small kitchen that just has like a hearth and like a storage area, some cabinets. What you looking for?
I'm mostly just seeing like I'm looking for more decay, I guess, kind of, and I'm also just seeing like if there's food around, like if this was also ransacked. I don't think I'm looking for anything in particular. I'm just kind of trying to get more clues as to what happened here and where the people are gone, because my thing too is like I'm not seeing any bodies other than this one.
Right.
So I don't know if they were killed or taken.
Right. You don't, from your investigations at the cottage and also through the tavern, you're not quite sure where all the people are. You've only found one person. In the back of this kitchen, you see like a spot where like dust has settled, but there's a circle here, so you imagine there would be a barrel here for like rice and grains that is no longer here. It is ransacked, but it's not destroyed. It seems that they stole all the stuff, but they're, they were methodical about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna inspect the rooms.
Okay, you leave the kitchen, you go up into the rooms. The rooms here are messy and dirty and smelly. It seems like a lot of people like slept here. They're not cleaned at all, but it just seems like it's overcrowded. It's not like there's like they smeared their shit all over the walls, or it just seems like a lot of people were sleeping here and then moved on.
Okay. How much time has passed? Because the last thing I want to do is I just want to go inspect the area where like the boats are made and just see like if there's anything in there really, like a boat or like people hiding in there. Like I'm mostly just curious what the fuck's happening in there.
Okay. Yeah, it's been a good. You spent your time here. It's been 10 minutes. So you looked at the body for a while, and then you quickly looked through the rooms in the kitchen.
Oh. Before I leave, can I do like a history check on this body?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 16.
With that kind of history, you try and think back to the history of your tribe and what they've told you, and like the tales, and also the few books that you've picked up along the way. And the depiction of this is familiar, but also not. You can think of a few, gods that employ employ angels, although I'm calling them that, but I just can't find the right word for it. But you know, like champions, I suppose, of certain gods that this might depict, but it doesn't call
Not one in particular.
Yeah, not one in particular. It's not like someone that's worshiping. It's more like they drew inspiration from these from history, but they made it their own.
Okay.
With a history check and being as detached as you can from it, it honestly looks like an art piece.
Okay. Last I'm gonna do is just go inspect the harbor, and then I'll go back to them.
Okay. So you fly out of the tavern.
Found.
You fly out of the tavern and you head towards the harbor, and you're gonna check out the boathouse.
Yeah.
Okay. When you get to the boathouse, give me a perception check.
18.
18.
Everything.
Everything is orderly in here, in the fact that it is disorderly. It's kind of like walking into like your dad's tool shed, where he has a place for everything, but it's also like just a maze of tools. And there's a half-finished boat here. It seems that they have like all the structure for it, but they just haven't put all the paneling on the side. It is rough work. This is a small town. And it would be functional as a small, like, little fishing vessel, but it wouldn't, like, it's nothing like the Northern Wind, or the Whisper of the Night. It's just a small little fishing vessel.
Okay.
You don't see any movement in here. You don't smell any decay. It seems that it's just deserted.
Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna head back then. Okay. Sorry that took for fucking ever.
No, this is interesting, honestly.
Okay. When I come back, I'm actually gonna ask you guys to come with me and look at this body.
Okay. So I know it's like 20 minutes past where, Ras, you wanted to stop, right?
Yeah.
No. What?
Yeah.
You said 5.
Hello.
4.
Oh, I think you said 5.
4.
Okay. Never mind.
Oh,
So you're gonna head back to the others, and I guess turn into yourself again, and that's where we're gonna end it. Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
So that way we have a little role play before we leave on the trip.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're just gonna end it right where she turns back into human.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you fly back from the boathouse, and then Hodor, Al, Kane, and Kara. There's a slap from Kane, and then Alice appears, and that's where we'll end it.
All right, I'm going to add
Thank
some
you, Andy.
reminders.
You're welcome. I hope you liked it.
I did.
So town was ransacked.
Okay. I'm gonna
Any
go
XP?
now.
Okay.
All right,
Bye.
bye. Envy, you want to do anything, or are you gonna go do stuff?
I gotta do a few things, but then I'll be back.
Okay. Thank you for your session. Did we get XP? Probably
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah. I'll give you XP.
Yeah, just message everyone.
You technically defeated an encounter, and you
What?
also you skipped the encounter, right?
Yeah.
So you defeated it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I read that. That's a thing you can do.
So that one was.
Divination's so fucking cool, dude.
I
Divination
prefer
is-
evocation.
Damn. So basically, you're fucking Garnet from Steven Universe. Just constantly see what might happen.
Well, I can only do it reasonably once a day. Like,
Yeah.
because otherwise the DM can kind of just say, like, they have a increased, like, 25% chance that they can just give me nonsense. Like,
Right.
so the first one is, like, guaranteed, like, some kind of cryptic, vague whatever. After that, like, they start rolling. And,
Yeah,
like,
because the more you
there's a
look into the future,
25.
the more it changes. So
Yeah.
everyone gains 900 experience.
Holy.
Damn.
Yay!
So By the way, Afton, you have to add your own because
I know.
Yeah.
That's fine.
All right, see you guys.
See ya.
Bye. So 900. That puts me at
Be right back.
29.
Alright guys, thanks for watching. That's the end of the stream. Hopefully we're going to stream this again soon. Because I'm getting into the story. I'm liking what the characters are finding out. So, if you liked it, give me a follow. I really appreciate it. And we'll be back soon for the next episode. See ya.